Hello, it's Dan Webster here, the head professional at St Anne's Old Links Golf Club, and today I'm out on the practice ground. As you can see, there's some preparations taking place ahead of Open qualifying here at the beginning of July. We're expecting to see some of the world's best golfers coming and competing here actually in final qualifying for the Open. Yes, club pros, tour pros and top amateurs will be all competing against each other over 36 holes for a spot in the Open itself up at Carnoustie in the middle of July. So yeah, we've got quite a few big weeks ahead. What we also have at the end of July is qualifying for the Ladies Ricoh Open, and this year the Ricoh is obviously at Royal Lytham. So quite a busy month for Greg and his team. The course is drying out brilliantly, the rough is thinning out as I said it would. It's becoming less juicy, less fruity. However, I've been told at the weekend there was still a few difficulties in the rough. So just get the irons out off the tee, hit fairway woods, don't necessarily get driver. Look at the video I showed you a couple of weeks ago. The firm conditions, I've got my 5-iron here. I'm going to hit a couple of shots with. Firm conditions just might mean you're starting to get a little bit of tendinitis off your elbow, tennis elbow or golfer's elbow, if you're hitting divots and hitting down into the ground. So if you are experiencing a little bit of pain at the moment because of the firm conditions, just try and sweep the ball off the turf. Maybe nudge that ball a little bit further forward in your stance, so with an iron maybe a little bit closer to your left foot, and then just try and clip it away off the turf cleanly instead of taking that divot. It will put less stress on the elbow joint. It's also worth thinking about experimenting with your ball positions. As you can see today, there's a good stiff links breeze. If you want the ball to go a little bit lower, nudge the ball back in your stance and play all the way through the swing, making sure your hands stay low. This will give you a nice punching flight. That's about half the height that time. I did take a little shallow divot there, a little bit higher. All I'm going to do is nudge the ball slightly further in my stance, so more towards the middle this time. So the last one was further back, that gives you a low flight. More towards the middle, standard flight. That was nice. And then towards the front of the foot, much higher ball flight. You can experiment with ball positions to dictate your ball flight. You might want to hit it lower for a reason, into the wind for example. You want to hit it higher to get over a tree. Not that we have many of them here at St Anne's Old Links, that's for sure. So higher forward in the stance and really just hang back and clip it upwards. That's 3 nice shots then. You wouldn't have thought I'd done what I did over the weekend. I couldn't walk on Sunday night after my half Ironman. I survived. I got round, I got the medal. It was a challenge, 6 hours 36 I completed the whole event in. My swim was not quite what I expected. It was absolute chaos, but quite an experience. The cycle ride was nice, 56 miles on the bike I was happy with. The run, I had a cracking first 10k, ran in an hour, so getting off the bike and running 10k in an hour I was happy with. And then I felt like I'd been shot in my calves and my hamstrings, and I actually spent the next hour and a half running 11k in this kind of movement, so wasn't that glamorous, but I did get across the line, and I really appreciate everyone for the support they've shown me with that. Lots of people didn't think I could, actually I didn't think I could get round, but anyway, quite enjoyed it. So back to here at St Anne's Old Links on Saturday. Far more important matters obviously. This is a biggie. Saturday's competition winner Steve Hawley. Yeah, I'm going to pause and let you absorb that a little bit. Steve Hawley, great score Steve. He's not played much golf with a bad bat lately, but a 66 net, fantastic score that Steve, and hopefully that's going to go well with your bet against Leon Barber. Well done Steve. This is a big week as well. It's another major, it's the second major of the year. It's the US Open. Dustin Johnson coming off a win last week has got to be favourite. Rory, we're going to be speaking about him again. Jason Day, Justin Rose, all TaylorMade players by the way. That's interesting. Again, the TaylorMade product is working well for me and I'm happy with it, and we are smashing it out of the park with our custom fits at the minute. But yeah, back to the Open itself, the US Open itself. It's going to be a cracking event. It's always a tough course. This year they'll be tricking up the rough. Maybe not as tough as here. They'll be tricking up the greens as well, firming the greens up. The USGA do not like people blitzing it around the US Open, so let's see how the weekend goes. Should be an interesting one, and obviously it's the World Cup starting. Who cares? I don't think we're going to do too well anyway. I'm not really sure how that happened. Maybe it's because I mentioned the World Cup, but anyway, just while I'm down here, Clubhouse now is making some great progress. Obviously the scaffolding's starting to come down. The new rendering looks fantastic. The roof has been gone. It's taken a good 2 months to get done, but we are probably 2-3 weeks away from obviously the Open qualifying, and the job has been finished on schedule. I have to say it looks absolutely fantastic. The course is great. I'm out here on the putting green now, and these greens are rolling fast and firm and pure. Greg and the team are doing a fantastic job putting lots of water down over the last few weeks just to keep the greens working well and accepting the ball, and they sure enough are. Because the greens are still soft, because it's taking a ball, make sure you repair those pitch marks. So it's a big few weeks ahead. Can't wait to see the US Open this week. This is a very fancy bag. This is something that's arrived, a limited edition TaylorMade bag. You'll see all the TaylorMade staff players using this over the next few days, so make sure you keep your eyes out for that. We have one limited availability. If you fancy it, give me a message, give us a quick call or comment below, and we'll look after it for you. Well, that's about it from me this week. Romilly, we've got next weekend. Just make sure, if you're not playing already, John Murray's still looking for a couple more players, so we would benefit that. It's down at Carden Park, 2 rounds of golf, Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning. That's on the 23rd, 24th of June. Enjoy this weather. It's going to continue for quite a while. This is brilliant, isn't it? I still can't work out how I got here. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Make sure you like, subscribe and share.